man POLO the Don, aka your enthusiast. If you like what you just seen, like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend and tell a friend. Till next time, smoke good, eat well, and drink responsibly.
All right, we're here with a first-time smoker. I'm POLO the Don, your enthusiast. And right now I have here with me Cigar. And Cigars is a first-time cigar smoker. He's trying the lifestyle. And he has this is an Upsetter Zola. Upsetters, that's out once again what we spoke about earlier, out of the Jewish state line. And it is slightly infused. It's a medium bodied cigar. Nice smoke, a beautiful aroma. The Upsetters, to me, I'm not a infused or flavored cigar type of guy, but if I was to smoke a flavored cigar, an infused cigar, Upsetters would be one of my go-tos because the aroma is phenomenal. I love the way they smell. And I hadn't smelled a bad Upsetter yet. And all of them to me are good. They have a good draw to them. They're crafted very well. They don't run. If you smoke them properly, but that's basically with any cigar. If you smoke it properly, it won't run, it won't bubble if you don't smoke it too fast. But Upsetters is a good cigar out of a great line from a good company, Drew Estate. And I think that'll be something that you will enjoy. Now, what are you pairing it with? What are you drinking?
I normally drink Crown, try to get the XO.
That's a good cigar because Crown XO, that's a smooth whiskey and it doesn't have any flavor to it. But that Upsetter will give an ambiance of that Crown XO, that whiskey. It will give it an ambiance to enhance the drink as well as the smoke. So Darius, I'm gonna have you pull that a few times and then just let the people know what you think about it. What kind of feel you get from it. I'm smoking Oliva Nub Habanero. Oh, the aroma on that Upsetter.
I like it, man.
That aroma. The one thing about the Upsetter, it doesn't have an aroma that's just overbearing. Like it's just too strong. But the scent of it is so soothing. It has an ambiance within itself. Nice smooth smoke.
Yeah, I like it. It's real smooth. Like nothing I feel like too strong. I like that rusty to it. Like it's real smooth.
It's a medium bodied cigar.
It's something I'll get again. I definitely get it again.
Yes. I love the way that whole line of Upsetters. I love the way they smell because it kind of gives you that. If you've never smelled or smoked an Upsetter, it kind of gives you that Rastafari type aroma to it. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you want to burn some frankincense and myrrh, some nag champa. You know what I'm saying? Type incense or something like that. But it's definitely one of those Lion Rebel type Rastafari ambiances that you'll get from that. It puts you in that type of feel.
Yeah, the atmosphere, like some real smooth setting.
Absolutely,
Got a little jazz playing, a little reggae or something.
Absolutely.
That's what upset is, man.
Yeah.
Nice smooth smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, like.
Let me see that lighter one more time. So you decided to go with the nub?
Yeah, I just get a quick little nub. I started to go with the CEO Brazil, but I said, let me. I hadn't had a nub in a while. I just had a variety pack of CAOs. It was a World Sampler pack. It had Italy, America, Brazil, Nicaragua, and it was one more in there. It was a 5-pack. I want to say maybe it was a Cameroon. I want to say it was, but it was a 5-pack and reasonably priced, but it kind of gave you like the different, of course, from different areas of the world out of the CAO line. But those sampler packs, to me, those sampler packs are a hit because it gives you a different feel from different parts of the world. And as a cigar enthusiast, I like to smoke good, but I like to smoke different. And CAO line, to me, that's one of my top lines. I'm a fan of the Rocky Patels, big fan of AJ Fernandez.
Shout out AJ.
Big fan of Drew Estate. But those CAO lines, I enjoy CAO lines because they have, not only do they have like the world samplers that I was talking about, but they also have like your flatheads, your CAO flatheads. They have those like your Oppenheimers, your Fat Boys. They have a vast selection of cigars in the CAO line. And like I say, as far as the line of cigars, Drew Estate has a good line. Rocky Patel has a good line. CAO has a good line. AJ Fernandez, phenomenal line. That's my favorite. But those are like my top go-tos. Those are like my top go-tos when it comes to cigars. Oliva has a good line. Now I'm in the Oliva line. I like the V series, but they have like the O series, the B series, the G series. Oliva has a good line as well.
I actually like the G series a lot.
That G series be fire.
It's a smooth smoke, but it ain't like, it don't linger. So you can go ahead, like you said, about an hour and a half. Be a good smoke.
Yeah, Oliva G series, that's like my favorite.
And B series, now, for the newcomers, I wouldn't really recommend that. You gotta warm up to that, 'cause that's a real cigar right there.
Yeah.
Once you get on that level, you're gonna appreciate what you smoke.
And then you don't want to just be starting out. You don't want to get something too bold, because if you get something that's too bold,
You ain't gonna like
it's
it.
gonna deter you from smoking cigars. Period. But when I initially started getting really into cigars, like I've had cigars from time to time, but when I really started getting into them, the first cigar that I really got into was a Maduro St. Louis Ray. Very bold cigar. Very bold cigar. So when I started getting heavily into it, I like jumped off the porch. I like jumped out the frying pan into the fire. You know what I mean?
You was ready for it,
because
You want all the smoke.
Yeah, the Maduros, that's like the boldest of the bold. And then I started developing my palate, and I discovered, for me personally, Nicaraguan was the country of origin that I tend to favor more, and it was the Maduro Nicaraguans. Now, the different lines is where the differentiation became, because, like the difference in them. But my go-to is a Nicaraguan Maduro. That's like my personal go-to. But I try to smoke and experience different types of cigars, like your Connecticut's, your Habanos, Corojos, your Shades, your Maduro. Like I said, I love Maduro.
I'm gonna have to try a couple different shades because I ain't get the best first impression.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, the best. Matter of fact, I'll get you one. Shade PDM is the line. PDM shade. That's one of my favorite mild cigars. Now, you got your mild, your medium, mild to medium, medium to full, medium, and then your full. That shade is a mild to medium. So it's you remember in the very first episode, you smoked the particles.
Yep.
It was the red label. That was a mild cigar. No flavor, like none of that. It was a very
I liked that one.
it was a smooth smoke, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your shade, your PDM shade, it's going to give you that, but the smoke, the draw from it is a little more subtle and creamier. And pause. When I say creamy, I mean like the smoke on
I rolled a little cream, man.
it's smoother
Cashew and everything
than
around.
the particles. It's not an expensive cigar, but the experience of it, because it's, and a PDM, it flies under the radar because it's not an expensive cigar. But one thing, as an enthusiast, one thing I want the consumer to understand is you don't have to, just because a cigar is priced high, that don't mean it's gonna be a good cigar. Just because it's priced low, don't mean it's a bad cigar. Same way with wine. You don't have to buy the most expensive bottle of wine to get where you know what I mean? Because hell, I done had some $8 bottles of wine and been nice and mellow. I've had some $108 bottles of wine and been like, let me get a shot. I need a little more, you know what I'm saying? I need a little more on this. But it's the same way with cigars. Like, it's all in your palate. Like, once you train your palate, or once you like,
You gotta experience.
Once
You gotta experience whatever that you're looking for. You gotta just try different things. But don't, like I said, if you're a newcomer, don't jump out there getting no Olivias. Don't jump out there getting no Cohibas. You gotta work your way up. Start with the fat bottoms.
Yeah, I would definitely start small.
Start with the fat bottoms, and we're not saying that's a bad cigar. They ain't saying it's a small cigar, but it's a smooth cigar. It's a nice intro to you beginning your journey on the cigar.
You know, when I first started smoking cigars, my go-to, and I hadn't smoked one in probably about almost 2 years. A Cuban round, a Maduro Cuban round. I've got a picture of me sitting right here smoking a Cuban round. That was my go-to cigar. I loved that cigar. It had a good, and this cigar was only like $4. I think it was maybe like $4, but that was a good cigar. But at the time, my palate had developed into anything like greater than that. But now, I hadn't smoked one, but I'm curious now to. Cigars. I feel
try
like,
it again.
yeah, I
See
feel like
if
I
you
really
feel the
need to
same.
go back and get one just to see, like,
Yeah.
how is
I
this
really
going
like
to pan out with me now?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I really feel like, and I think the very next episode that we shoot, I think I'm gonna get one just to be like, let me just see. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, as you in your journey of smoking cigars, you're gonna know, and I promise you, you will be able to tell the difference of quality of the cigars, how they are wrapped, the origin of the tobacco, how they smoke, how they burn. Are you smoking it too fast? Are you not smoking it fast enough to where, when I say not smoking it fast enough, if you sit it down to let it rest, how long will it be before I have to pick it back up to hit it without having to relight it?
Yeah.
Or if I pick it back up and I let it rest too long, now I gotta relight it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you relight it, you're actually burning ash. So as you're hitting it, you're smoking ash until you get back into your cigar. If I don't know, if ever you clipped a cigar and said, I'm gonna smoke it later, I've done that several times. It's not the same smoke. I smoked a cigar before, clipped it, and I clipped it like halfway through it. But when I went to fire it up, the notes in it were intensified, and some of the notes were more intense after the second time than it was the first time. Like, it might have been a little more peppery the second time. It might have been a little more earthy the second. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what
It's
you're saying.
just not the same as if you smoked the whole thing at one time. But one thing I try, like, I like to smoke. if I'm gonna smoke a cigar, I want to smoke I want to enjoy my whole cigar. Like, I don't want to have to clip it.
It's like reheating food.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But when you cook it, it's there. But when you microwave it, this ain't.
It ain't hitting the same.
Yeah, this ain't the same thing that I signed up. This ain't what I signed up for. Even if you put it in the air fryer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because sometimes, I'm not a fan of microwave reheated food. But, if I put it in an air fryer, I can get it kind of close to
A little
a
close,
little closer.
a little crispy.
Yeah, it's a little crispy. Especially pizza.
Yeah.
The bread ain't gonna be all rubbery and shit. It got a little crispy.
It gonna be soft.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be all soggy and shit, a little crisper. So, Dad, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out to my air fryers out there.
Shout out all the air fryers. But it's Oscar Leaf. Never do me wrong, man. For the Leaf by Oscar. Let me make sure I get the name right. Hey,
Absolutely. That's a
this
good
cigar
line.
never do me wrong.
Put that like that.
This cigar here will never do me wrong. And like I said before, man, the unwrapping experience is definitely an experience. And the best thing about it, you can keep this leaf.
Yeah.
And you can use it for recreational use, whatever you prefer.
And if you smoke enough Oscar leaves and save the leaf, you can actually re-roll you a whole nother cigar.
You can leave it right in there. It'll keep it nice and warm for you. Keep all the moisture in it. I mean, that's literally why they roll them in the leaf in the first place.
You can literally create you a whole nother cigar. If you smoke enough Oscar leaves, you can literally roll you a whole nother cigar out of those shell leaves. Because, I mean, that's what they roll them out of. All they do is take the vein out, boom, put them together, re-roll them joints. Matter of fact, that might be an experiment we may need to try.
We can always do it now.
Yeah.
Any of y'all cigar rollers out there, we would love to try your cigar, roll it in the leaf, come out with. Experimentation, man. That's the only way you're gonna learn.
Yeah, it's all about trial and error. It's all about trial and error. That's how we got to where we are now, through trial and error.
So you would say that one to burn fast or slow?
Now this is a slow burner, but it all depends on how you smoke it.
Yeah.
Like you said, like Polo said,
Yeah.
if you smoke it too fast, you're gonna start selling and it's gonna start coming up on one end versus the other end.
Okay.
But as long as you light it right, get a good cut. Me personally, I prefer the V cut. So when I do that, I feel like I get more smoke. I feel like I get a smoother smoke too.
What type of cut you like?
Me personally, depending on the cigar, but lately I've gone with a punch. I do like a good punch, depending on the cigar. On my box spread, definitely gotta have a V cut on my box spread. But I like to V cut mine with the box. I like to cut it with the box press. My Gordos, my 6x60s, I like a bigger gauge punch on it. My Robustos, I like a smaller punch on it. My Robusto box press, I'm gonna be cutting them too. But my Robustos, I'm more of a punch V cut. Now, depending on what cigar it is, I might just chop the end off. You know what I'm saying? Put it on a flat, straight cut. Once I put it on a flat, straight cut, it's just pretty much gonna take the top off. But it's gonna take the top off the whole end. Now, it's gonna draw a whole lot of smoke out of it. But see, with the punch, I control the smoke through the punch, the size of the punch. But if I flat cut it, it's gonna take that whole bottom off. So I'm drawing from the whole cigar. So that means my pulls, I'm gonna smoke it faster, but that means I have to let it rest longer. You understand what I mean? Like, see, with the punch, I can smoke it, let it rest, pick it back up, and then smoke it again. With that flat bottom cut, because so much of it is cut, I'm gonna draw more. But as the more I draw, I can get into a point where I smoke it too fast. And then it starts unraveling, bubbling up, burning uneven. You don't want that. So it depends on the cigar. But
So how you feel about the upsetter, man?
Yeah, I like it, man. It's smooth, man. It's smooth. Like, gets through conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, good atmosphere with it, you know, good aroma. Like, I like it. So it's something I'll definitely get again. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So the upsetter is one of our go-to cigars, but it's a step up from the fat bottoms. But fat bottoms are good, real good cigar actually. But the upsetter is more of a cigar type feel. Like you going for more of the urban, more of like the feel of the actual cigar versus the sweetness that you get in the fat bottom.
And fat bottoms, like upsetters, they have their own line. You got your Zolas, your Rude Boy, original Rude Boys. You have about 4 to 5.
I think you got a Zola.
He's got a Zola, yeah. You got about 4 to 5 different styles of the upsetters. But at the same time, with the fat bottom Betty, and all of it is out of Drew State. Shout out Drew State.
Shout out Drew State.
The fat bottom Betty line, they have about 4 or 5 of them. Fat bottom Betty, Crazy Alice, Leather Rose, Girl with No Name, and then there's one more. Sweet Jane.
Sweet Jane.
Sweet Jane.
I only had those one time, but I really did like that too.
But all of those are good smokes. It just all depends on
The
what you're
smoker.
feeling. Yeah, what you feeling. And like I said, I always try to pair my cigar to what I'm drinking. That's literally what controls what I'm smoking. But I'm a whiskey, cognac, brown liquor type dude. So
You be the cognac.
I'm going to be smoking something bolder, more intense, a little more intense than others may like. But if you are a vodka drinker, gin, tequila, you might want something on the milder side because, especially if you're drinking gin has a distinctive, bold flavor to it. So you don't want your alcohol and your cigar to both be bold.
Yeah.
It has to complement. It has to be a yin and a yang. So if your cigar is bold, the whiskey for me, because I've been drinking whiskey for so long, I prefer my boldness to come from my cigar. Because I've been drinking whiskey for so many years, for so long, the whiskey is not bold to me. But if I was to drink gin, that's gonna hit me different. That's gonna be my boldness. Even though it's a white liquor, that's gonna be my boldness. So I'm going to smoke a lighter cigar, like something like that Partagas Red Label, something like that, something milder, but like tequila, depending on whether you're drinking a Blanco or a Reposado, it's hit or miss. It's hit or miss, but whenever you come to Icon Cigar Lounge, 1515 North Lake Road,
Augusta, Georgia.
we have something to pair with whatever it is that you're drinking for you to smoke. Come rock with us.
Yeah.
Till next time, smoke good, eat well, and drink responsibly. Peace.
All right. We live.